Hello and welcome. This is Sandra Hart at Life Over 60. Today I'm going to show you how you can do it yourself, a bohemian lifestyle right in your home that will give you the artistic and colorful ambiance that will help you lead a more simple and less stressful life. The bohemian lifestyle was a very colorful way of life and way to live that was very popular in the early 40s. Els Lasker Schuler was a German poet and playwright famous for her bohemian lifestyle in Berlin and her poetic genius. My mother. The candle burns on my table for her all night, for my mother. My heart burns under my shoulder blade all night, for my mother. Let's talk about how you can decorate your home with the bohemian flair, which actually kind of flies in the face of a lot of things today. But how you can create a home by using textures and colors and patterns and perhaps things that you have gathered throughout your life, mementos that really mean something to you. Like this statue that I have here. It's very small, but this is a statue made out of the lava rock from Jeju Island in Japan. Now these statues are very tall on the island, and they were carved and believed to have been facing out to sea, and believed to have been the guardians and the spiritual protectors of the island. So this little guy really means a lot to me, and I have placed him in a great big container of shells and sea glass from when I lived in New Jersey, and shells that I've gathered from all over the world, and he sits in that big bowl of shells. So that is just one little artistic way that I express mementos and things that I have gathered in my lifetime that really mean something to me, and then I have put them throughout my home. Because I know that you probably have things that you have that are treasures, but I'm going to tell you how you can use them and place them around your home that will give yourself that wonderful bohemian feel. Texture is really important. Texture, things that you like to touch. Baskets, macrame weavings, stones, shells, rope baskets to put in your pillows or your extra comforters. Anything that gives a different texture in your house is really will give it a warm and more cultural feeling. Colorful, lot of colorful pillows. I mean, I have pillows everywhere that are colorful. I have throws that I have put over chairs, and actually they're wonderful because on chilly nights here in Florida, I can just throw a throw, and I like the Serpa throws because they have two sides and they're very cozy and comfortable. So anything that you can use in your house that will display different textures, because that is really important to a bohemian do-it-yourself home. Relaxed and kicking back is another bohemian trait for your home. Low-level seating. If you can put pillows on the floor, if you can have stools that are low and colorful, anything that will create this warm environment, sitting on a couple of pillows on a low coffee table and drinking tea, floor pillows, Moroccan ottomans, stools, any type of low seating will give that bohemian look. Now you can have a modern bohemian look, but still keep these same low-level seating elements in your home. That is really important. Plants. Now, when I did the hygge video, of course, we brought plants in and brought the outside into our home. lots of greenery in your house. Not only are they good to cleanse the air in your environment, but they also are wonderful to add color and to add a feeling of nature in your home. So whether you live in the city, you can have potted plants, try to put them, and if you have very little light in your apartment in the city, which when we have an apartment in New York and it has very little light, so I try to pick plants that don't require a lot of light. Easter lilies are one of them. Ficus trees don't need a lot of light. So plants that don't need a lot of light are great for darker apartments. If you have a home that's very bright, of course you have an array of wonderful plants that you can bring into the house if you bring sunshine into your home. But plants are extremely important because it gives you a feeling of airiness and bringing the outside into your home as though perhaps you were sitting in a magical garden. Those things are really important. So we have plants. A variety of light sources. Now, lighting is really important for most decorating, whether it's modern, traditional, really the type of lighting that you have. So be sure that you are lighting. You can even put lights behind plants. You can have low lighting. You can have, which I have, the salt lamps, which give beautiful soft lighting. Candles are important also. Candles give us a very warm glow. And I've talked about my Seagrove candles before. They are soy, don't pollute the environment. So lighting is important. If you lay out your room the way you want it, just kind of pay attention, and you can move the lights around to see what gives you the most cheerful ambiance in the room. It can be either a tall torch light, it can be a small table light, it can be just direct LED lightings that you have, as I said, behind your plants, or even lights over pictures. But it's just to create, and sometimes you have to step back in the room and visually move the lights around so that you have this wonderful feeling that you are in perhaps Aladdin's garden, a magic bohemian garden. Rugs. Rugs are really important. If you have allergies and you can't use rugs, you can use jute rugs, or you can layer small rugs. If you can't afford a great big rug in your living room, you can layer rugs, angle them. I have found that if you have a narrow space, like some apartments and some townhouses, if the room is not really wide, you can angle your rug, and that actually widens the room. But smaller rugs, under furniture, under low-level seating, all types of rugs, Moroccan, Oriental rugs, vintage rugs of any kind, but colorful. You always have to think about color when you're thinking about a bohemian decor. Always colors and patterns, because that's what makes a room, when someone walks into it, vibrant, exciting, and unusual. And that's what we are going for with a bohemian look. Patterns. Patterns are really important. I love to surprise people by mixing patterns and colors. If you are doing your room, you have to pick, or you should pick, maybe 2 or 3 colors within a color palette that go together. I love red and yellow and forms of those colors. Like red can go to pink and orange, and if you have yellow, that can go into brown and maybe burgundy, rust. So mixing colors, but don't get too many. Either between 2 or 3 color patterns, colors that you like, colors that are pleasing to your eye. We are all different. So some of you are going to have different color patterns that you really like and you embrace and make you feel good. Whatever those color patterns are, if you are going for a more modern bohemian look, you can pick white, grays, blacks, creams. All of those colors can be mixed, and yet if they have interesting patterns, geometric, then that you can do a more modern bohemian look. Right now, I'm just kind of talking about the traditional bohemian, colorful, high energy look. Vintage. Vintage is very important to this bohemian look. You may already have some interesting vintage pieces that you've either bought yourself or maybe inherited from your family. If you don't have any, go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, a flea market in your town. That's where you can find a lot of really interesting vintage pieces sometime. I just happen to have inherited a lot of them from my family. Mix the vintage pieces in with Moroccan pieces, traditional pieces, because that is what makes a room interesting. When you walk into your home, into your living room, whatever room that you are deciding that's going to be more bohemian than the rest, you want to have that feeling of not walking into a hotel. You're walking into an environment that is stimulating all of your senses, and you can kind of just zone out. You can just relax, sit and have a cup of tea. A place where you can get with your friends, and they were happy to come, they say, because it's such a relaxing environment. That's what you want. And it's even really especially important in bedrooms, because you want to be able to go into your bedroom and chill out. A place where you feel comfortable and there is less stress. You want to have some type of vintage element in your home, whether it's a chair, a chest, a rug, something that will add character to the room. So we have colors and patterns and character. We have greenery and lighting and low-level seating that's very comfortable for everyone, so they can feel that they can just kick back and relax. That is what is important in a bohemian do-it-yourself home and a bohemian lifestyle home. And the last thing, don't forget, is fragrance. That is so important to most design elements, whether it's hygge or bohemian lifestyle. Diffusers, candles. Some people like incense. Whatever type of fragrance matters to you, add that to your home. We want this home to be expressive of who you are. So put your own unique twist to all of these bohemian ideas. And you might find, walking around your home, that you have some of these pieces. You have some, maybe a beautiful oriental or vintage rug. And you have that chest that you inherited from your family. And you love candles. And you like color. Choose the colors that you love, because this has to be your place that is less stressful, and a place where you can go and relax. And when your friends come over, it's a cozy place for them to really kick back and chill. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you got something from this video. And don't forget to do something for yourself, whether it's redoing your whole home in a bohemian environment, whether it's being kind to another person who crosses your path, and don't forget to share the love. Thank you, and I hope to see you again in my next video.